Hello and welcome to another edition of Flemings Forum. My name is Sean Fleming. I'm the assistant principal at Nauset Regional High School. And today we have the cast of Chicago. So before we get started, let's do some introductions for everybody at home so they know who we have, what grade you're in, what town you're from. That's how we usually start. We might as well keep going.
So good with me. Hi, I'm Noah Smith. I'm a senior here at Nauset, and that camera. And I live in Brewster.
Hi, I'm Emma Sullivan Johnson. I am a senior at Nauset, and I am also from Brewster.
Hi, my name is Tish Roosevelt, and I presently live in Orleans, but I'm originally from Jakarta, Indonesia. Oh, I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Bella Granland. I am a senior here at Nauset, and I'm from Eastham.
Hi, I'm Catherine. I'm a senior, and I live in Wellfleet.
Excellent. Before we get started, characters. I should ask you about your characters and what you're doing with the performance. We have some characters here. We have all kinds of people here. So I'm going to start because I want to. My character is the announcer or what would you?
Announcer.
Announcer's
Maybe
good.
like a bit of a narrator.
Yeah, I kind of bring the.
You move the show along.
Yeah.
I move the show
that holds
along.
us all
Yeah.
together.
Sure. No, what do you do?
I'm Amos. I'm one of the main characters. I'm actually Roxy's husband, who she cheats on in the very beginning of the play, and then just
Spoiler alert.
spoiler. Not that spoiler alert. It's like everyone. A lot of people know the plot. So yeah, that's pretty much all I do.
I'm sorry, hubby.
It's okay.
I play Mona. I am one of the cell block tango girls who murders her significant other.
Yes, she does it very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And I play Roxy, one of the, I'm actually, yes. So, there you go. The story starts with, it opens with all that jazz, this great ensemble, this whole routine, and then suddenly Roxy will pop up out of nowhere and kind of have a bit of an affair with Fred Casely, and that's how it starts. And it follows her journey trying to get out of jail and reach stardom. So,
I kind of have two roles with the show. I play, as my character, Matron Mama Morton. She's like the mistress of Murderess Row.
Murderous
That's your-
Row. It's
yeah,
a mouthful.
It is. I don't know how you can do it. But she kind of runs the jail that all of the female criminals are in, and she's just a bit of like a fun character. She has a lot of backdoor dealings going on. But outside of acting, I also I do a lot of the costume work with my fellow costume mistresses, Riley Chipman and Evie McGonigal. So I'll probably get into that later maybe, but we do a lot of the clothing things for the show.
I don't have a character. I do backstage stuff, so I build the sets, I paint the sets, I do running crew, I do props, I do lots of stuff.
Tish, you were touching on. Well, I think all of you guys touched on the play Chicago.
right.
It's a little racy. It's a little. It's toward the edge of. I guess racy is a good word to put it.
Yeah.
A little spicy.
How did you pull it off for a high school?
I mean, we do a lot of shows that push the limits. So for years, our competition plays have very much pushed the limits in the sense that we share a message about things that aren't really wanting to be talked about. And I think Chicago is something that pushes the limits of
What's appropriate in high school?
yeah.
Right.
Our competition plays normally have a message. Like in the past, we've done messages about.
We've done One of Lockerbie our freshman year, and that was about a plane crash and the government. We've done shows about rape, bullying, and homosexuality, suicide, as well as now the AIDS epidemic. So those are topics that aren't heavily talked about very often.
Right.
And with Chicago, it's very flirtatious, and it's not necessarily pushing a message, but it's kind of just like there for fun.
So it doesn't have sex, drugs, and rock and roll, but it does have. It has.
The effects, the
It
after
implies
effects,
it
like
very
touches.
well. It's
It
low.
touches on the sexual stuff.
Yeah.
It touches on violence,
Right.
and I guess sex and violence is more of the.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's had such a long, wonderful history on Broadway itself, and for the high school version, it has been toned down a bit. Especially costume-wise, we had to, make the skirts a little longer and
Right.
whatnot. But
The costume's a little grayer.
a little grayer, a little less razzly dazzly.
Yeah, compared to if some people have seen the movie or the Broadway show,
Yeah.
it's very different.
Yeah.
Our production is very PG.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I still wouldn't bring your small child. It's like I wouldn't bring my 5-year-old to go see it. Not that I have a 5-year-old, but
Right.
it's definitely more appropriate for our peers,
Right.
and it's still a fun time. It's still like a murder kind of get into the nitty gritty of the human nature.
And even if anything is lost per se, we kind of also we patch things up. We give it back in a different form, so you're not really losing anything. So
And the production itself, there are a lot of kids, a lot of students involved.
Yeah, we have 57 people in total involved. Which is one of our biggest groups. High School Musical might have topped that.
Yeah.
High School
But-
Musical was 60 in this
Yeah,
season.
so we
High 50s for this.
Yeah.
All backstage, keeping quiet, moving stuff around,
keeping quiet.
trying to keep quiet. But, Catherine, touch on, there's the moving parts.
Yes.
There's a lot of moving parts back
Yes.
there.
Yes.
The jail, I mean, you could touch
Yeah.
on that.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot to get everything together and keeping people quiet and whatnot. I think we're finally finished building the set as of like yesterday, which is a little stressful, but it's all good. So we have the jail pieces that we had to build. The lights were a big thing. Getting the lights all sewn up, I guess, because we had to like
Taped up.
sewn up, whatever. Lots of
How
different
about the
stuff.
red paint?
Oh my God.
Okay,
We can never get the right shade of red. We had to do it for High School Musical, for Good Kids, and now for Chicago. And every time we try to get red, it's the wrong red. So we have to go through 5 different kinds of red until we get the right one.
So
So it's a lot.
the boys up at Ace Hardware, a little shout out to them. They've done their best to try to
Yeah.
find that right shade of red.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's taken a
Yeah.
little bit. But I think the set looks great now. We're down towards the nitty gritty here, and we have to plug it. May 11th?
10th, 11th,
Oh,
and 12th.
Thank you.
It starts at 7.
yes,
7 p.m. Students are $8. Adults are $15. Seniors are also $8, I believe.
Yeah, something like
Something like that. We have an intermission, 15-ish minutes of intermission with snacks. So bring some money, buy some snacks.
All right. So it's next Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yes.
Yes.
10, 11, and 12.
Help us strike.
Right here
Perfect.
in the
7
auditorium.
o'clock right here at the high school. And it's a good
Yeah.
it's a good.
It's
good
come a
show.
long
I like
way.
to think it's a good show.
Yeah.
Good. I probably should have said that right at the beginning. Come to the show.
Yeah.
But the production itself. Let's go kind of stem off of what Catherine was saying. Backstage, the kids moving, and it is.
Oh my God.
Yes, it is so much. There's not a lot of room back there.
No. Which is why we're hopefully getting a new auditorium.
Right, we could really use a new auditorium.
Yeah, because
Not only the set itself, the sound and
The lighting.
The lighting.
The lighting has been.
it's pretty
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah.
That's the best
Yeah.
way to put it.
It's been used to its best capabilities.
Yeah.
well loved.
Yes.
So all of the artwork hopefully will be salvaged because it's amazing when you go backstage. It's an experience in itself to see leftover.
Yeah, it's about 20 years worth of everyone
Yeah.
leaving their
Yeah.
own messages.
I've seen
Yeah.
stuff from
Messages.
Yeah.
So alumni coming back
Yeah.
because I've been back there.
Yeah.
Can see their old
Yeah.
the Crucible or whatever
Yeah.
whatever they happen to be in.
The pentagram.
It's definitely like it represents the rich culture of theater at Nauset.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
like I know my dad when he went to Nauset, he did theater here, and it's
Yep.
like it's just such a long tradition, especially on Cape Cod. And it's so nice to just walk back there and see like the names of our predecessors, and like
Right.
when you're a senior, officially adding your
Yeah.
names.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Exactly.
trying to find some space.
Yeah.
Trish, I think you're right there. There's no space.
No,
Yeah.
actually, Oscar Spiegel took two. So we have you have the rolling sticks and you have the big extensions. So he took two extensions and a rolling stick and wrote his name with up on the top of the wall.
Good idea.
It's impressive.
Actually, he wrote Judy's name in
It
honor
is
of
impressive.
himself. Yeah.
So it's very seasoned back there.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, talking about those productions and all those, you guys have been in a lot of productions. This year, Tish, you've been in productions this year.
Yeah, but never before I came here. Nothing like this.
So
It
you
was-
never acted in Indonesia?
The only major sort of production I've ever been in was a Javanese Indonesian musical, so it wasn't actually in English, and I'd never done anything with this many lines before, so I've been just so grateful to have learned so much from these people, and they've done, I don't know, they're so experienced, and it's amazing, you know.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
And talk about learning. You learn a lot. And you're,
So, I'm so grateful to have been here with you guys.
yeah. No, it's a good group of kids.
We're good.
You've blessed us with your
I
presence
know.
this year, honestly.
Yes. So, Catherine, what was your favorite production that you've been through here?
Oh, I mean, they're all so different, it's hard to choose. The least stressful in terms of set was probably Yellow Boat, actually, because we got that one done fairly quickly, and it looked beautiful. I loved the Yellow Boat set. My favorite actual production was probably Rent. I liked Rent a lot. I think everyone did a really good job. The set looked really cool in the end, although we didn't get it done until a couple days before.
Sure.
And then, yeah, I mean, they're all so different. It's,
Right.
we have Shakespeare, we have musicals, we have lots of different stuff.
Right. How about you, Bella?
Ooh, it's so hard to choose. I mean, I'm always so proud of whatever we put on stage. One that I've had the least stress and the most fun with was actually not a Nauset Players play, but I took. There's a shameless plug coming up here. The drama production class that Judy does, where you focus on all aspects of a show. So we wrote our own show. It was called
Pants the
called
Hedgehog.
Pants the Hedgehog.
was a
It was great.
Yeah, it
great.
was
It was a
it was so
fantastic
wonderful. It was about a hedgehog named Pants and all of his friends, and Pants had to learn how to share. And we performed it for all of the Nauset elementary schools, so Brewster, Eastham, Orleans. So the auditorium was just packed with small children.
Sure.
And I played a rat named Hibachi with a twin rat named Eloise. And I distinctly remember the day we performed, we were supposed to scooter on stage. I brought in my little razor scooters, but my twin rat sister Eloise fell, and there was a beat of silence, and then all the kids just screamed laughing. It was the funniest thing, and I'm going back to costumes again because I'm obsessed. I made with the help of another friend, Emma Peterson, we made a peacock outfit out of feather dusters and hot glue and pure willpower. So it was just, I got into all the nitty gritty of theater, and it was just a great time.
Perfect. And then, Tish, you've been in this.
Yellow Boat.
Yellow
for
Boat.
them. And honestly though, I loved Yellow Boat so much. I'd never done something so full of a deep message and things. But Chicago, because of jazz and dance shoes, yes.
Tish, you're out there. You guys are always, well, I guess I'm out there a little bit, but we're backstage. And everybody's singing backstage.
Yeah.
You know, they're lipping or they're dancing.
singing and
people in
dancing.
the audience can't see that, but all the backstage crew is dancing and singing.
And that
It's-
makes it even more lively.
Yeah,
It's too hard not to sing and dance
Yeah.
along
Yeah.
to those songs in Chicago. It's just so much fun.
absolutely. You get,
The jazz hands going.
you get the jazz hands going and,
Yeah.
all that jazz, and it just seems like that carries over to your house, and people are like, would you stop singing your song,
Yes.
Mr. Cellophane?
My mom doesn't want me to stop singing it. Just every waking moment of every day, she's like, "Oh, can you sing Mr. Cellophane? How about now? How about now?"
Yeah. How about I sing it enough in the afternoons?
Yeah.
SJ.
I don't know.
I'm going with, I wanna
I've
know.
done all 12 productions in my
Right.
4 years. So I've done crew, I've done acting. Okay, crew-wise, One of Lockerbie was like my all-time favorite set because it was just like we did these 3 big columns, and on each side there was a different time of day. So there was sunrise, the daytime, and night, and it was just very effortlessly done. And we built a river, and it was supposed to be waterproof, but then Judy actually decided not to have water, so I ruined all my clothing. But acting-wise, I'd have to say the Yellow Boat. It was a very different experience for us. It was a whole new group of people, and I think acting-wise, it was the most challenging for me.
That was the topic of AIDS.
Yeah, so
Correct.
in the
Okay.
past, I had played a bully in both shows. I was like the sidekick bully. And this show, I played a child life specialist, so I got to be really sweet and lively and an adult. And it was a very challenging role for me, and it was something that really like opened my eyes. So yeah.
Awesome. Noah, how about you?
Well, I have to go with High School Musical.
You-
It was
you-
the first real show that I actually did at Nauset, discounting the drama production plays, for a lot of fun.
You were
But,
good at basketball in that.
Yeah, we have the class to
I
prove
don't
it.
forget.
no one's gonna forget the fact that, okay, if you don't already know, you're gonna. I broke a clock with a basketball. I don't know how I did it. So
You missed the net. That's how you
Yeah,
did it.
yeah.
okay,
He's not on
okay,
the
I know.
basketball team.
What happened was we had a basketball hoop right next to where one of the clocks was in the auditorium. And I was, and like, this was the first day we got the hoop, so I was just trying
Blame them.
everything.
Yeah, it was a
And I took a shot, and it bounced off the very top, I think, right corner of the basketball. Like, I mean the very top. I'm not exaggerating when I say this. And it just hits the clock and just it's down and broken.
So Coach McCarthy from the boys basketball team he doesn't go looking for you.
Oh, no.
None
By
of
no
none of
stretch
us,
of the
though.
imagination.
None of the. I played the coach, and I had to watch these guys shoot baskets, and it was comical, but it was great.
Yeah.
You know, but that was a fun time.
It was a lot of fun.
Well, how about you, Mr. Fleming? You've done so many shows.
Yeah.
I haven't done too many. This is my third.
I think Greece might be.
Greece was
my
great.
favorite
I
of
played a
yours.
woman. Tish.
Yes.
in
A
Greece.
beautiful woman.
Yes.
In dress.
Yes.
Absolutely stunning.
Beautiful.
Yeah. What was her name? Miss Lynch.
Lynch.
Yeah. Miss Lynch.
We still have your glasses backstage.
Yes.
Ian
And then
has
last
his
year I was
boobs.
Coach Bolton, and now I'm an announcer. So yeah, I loved every one is different. Do you find that everyone
every-
has a different
Yes.
feel, a little bit
Yeah.
of different drama, whether it's positive or negative. You know what I mean? There's, you know,
It's a different group each time.
yeah, you got Kyle's group back then, and then you had
Yeah.
the Moho group,
Yeah.
and James Tucker's, you know,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. But they're good people, and that's why that back room is so
Yeah. Lively.
lively. Exactly. So that's my favorite. All right, let's go off topic just a little bit. How do you guys juggle? Because you're here. Okay, this week I know you did not get home until after 7 every night.
Every night. We didn't get home
And
till
you guys,
9 last
I know
night.
what your grades are. I know they're good.
Well,
Right.
Well, they
How
kinda- they
how
have
do you
to be.
maintain
We
that?
hack into the system.
How do you maintain that? Keep smiling. Keep the stress level down. Yeah, exactly. All the above, and take some pretty hardcore classes.
There's definitely
Nap
studying.
whenever possible.
Is it
Yeah,
napping?
a lot of
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
homework
Yeah.
during rehearsal,
Yeah.
a lot of begging your teachers, a lot of begging for extra time sometimes. It can be difficult because we're constantly pulled out of class a lot, especially like for Noah and I. We do chorus, so we're double time.
Yeah.
We're always
Right.
performing during school, outside of school, and we're getting pulled out of school all the time, so it definitely affects us, I think, a lot when we have to go to text, we have to do a lot of things, but when you're doing something you love, like sports kids, like and athletes, they do what they love, and
Yeah.
it takes a lot out of them, and they get home late. And I think when you're doing something that you really appreciate doing, like finding the extra time to do your homework is worth it.
Right. I mean, the drama kids. It's I like what you said about the sports, because I don't care what sport you are, a sailor or a basketball player, whatever sport it is. Ella Hartley will be upset with me right now. Sorry, Ella. I always would say this is a sport. It's
is a
team.
sport.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
a team. It may not be a sport. There's no score.
We do workouts too. We do
There's
yoga.
no-
We
Yeah.
do,
Up and
no,
down
we
the
do. Yeah,
auditorium
we do
stairs?
stadiums. We do yoga. You know, we do.
Yes.
We used to go to during Good Kids. We had our name on the calendar to do the gym. Like,
What do you open up with?
You know,
Vocal workout every day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, that is exercise. You're exercising that voice.
Yeah.
So no, it is and it's a team
And we dance.
because you guys have got to play nice in the sandbox.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it happens on every team.
Yeah.
And historically, there's teams where some don't play well in the sandbox, and it shows
Yeah.
at the outcome of the game, or it shows at the outcome of a performance, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Whew, we've got to get along."
Yeah, I think that's the hardest part about competition is we're together in school and outside of school for hours. So like if we have to get along and we do a lot of bonding exercises, we are always bonding.
Yeah.
And a lot of check-ins, a lot of see how we're doing, a lot of confrontation talks if we need to, just a lot of
Yeah.
discussion and understanding because when you're with people for so long, you have to appreciate each other.
So Ella Hartley needs to know it is a team. I'm going to keep telling.
It's a sport.
Yeah.
It's a sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
And
I would say it's game time, and she would just, she hated that. But I love it.
yeah. But like going back to what you were saying before, like how we balance everything, I think being part of such a close-knit team and having that core group of people that also share the same struggles, it really helps because a lot of us also have those same challenging classes together.
Yep.
So it helps when you're like not alone struggling with all of this. We kind of try and help each other through.
Lauren, Veely, and myself, and you last year backstage. What were we doing backstage?
We were studying for my AP US history test. Yeah, I remember I had the big prep book and I was going through and highlighting. I was asking you questions about Reagan.
Yeah.
It was fun. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we spent so
Oh,
much
yeah.
time on that, and we're whispering, and you could hear Judy during rehearsals yelling, "Quiet
yeah.
backstage!" And it's,
It's like I'm trying to
Yeah.
study.
Yeah,
And
was
that's
a
exactly how she
Yeah.
sounds, by the way.
Yeah.
and we were just reviewing for AP,
And I got a
an
5,
AP
so
test.
yeah.
So
That's our girl.
Not to keep it on the balance thing, but I experienced a true balance issue this fall. I
night.
did both 12th night and cross country
It's
at the
my
same
twin
time.
brother. Yeah.
And it was a struggle just to get everything down in enough time. I ended up having to memorize all my lines in 2 weeks
Yeah.
because I was so busy with the swing of the season because that was right when we got into all the
Yeah.
invitationals and we'd have to start going to practice a little bit later and
Right.
everything.
now, playing a sport and doing a play, it's like unheard of.
Yeah.
When you're up, but with running, were you running lines? I'm just thinking.
Yeah,
Were you running lines
Yeah, like,
when
I'd
you were
be-
out on that track, the 3-mile loop?
when we were out in the woods sometimes I'd just be going through lines and guys
Yeah.
would turn around and look at me like I was just speaking a bunch of gibberish because
Yeah.
it's
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare, which
Muttering
is pretty much a
words.
different kind of English.
Clearly.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. And people, and the guys would look at me like, what are you saying? This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. No, I couldn't imagine sport and a play.
I couldn't imagine it either, but I did it, and I don't know how.
I was wondering what he was getting at with the balance. That was some serious balance.
Yeah.
Bouncing the basketball when he was trying to throw.
Exactly.
Sorry, no.
Yeah, you also kind
It's
of
fine.
learn what to kind of sacrifice, though, I find, in a way.
Yeah.
Especially if you love this enough, you know that you have to pay the price and let certain things go. But it's been worth it, you know?
Yeah, and you get it done. Like, that AP test wasn't going away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
It was there whether I liked it or not.
But you were backstage, and you knew when to move something.
Sitting on the
or-
golf cart, highlighting. Yeah.
Oh, that was Greece.
That was Greece.
Yeah, with the
Oh
golf
yeah,
cart.
no, yeah.
That was 2?
Yeah,
that was probably.
that was 2 years ago.
2
yeah.
years ago you
I
were
remember
doing
I was
it.
studying for another test at that point. Yeah.
It clearly was happening
That was
both
for
years.
AP Euro. Yeah.
But oh, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're going on. What are you doing next year?
Next year, I'm going to be going to Wentworth Institute of Technology in Boston.
Perfect.
Yeah. And I'm going to hopefully I'm going to be majoring in biomedical engineering and hopefully minoring in vocal performance because I
Nice.
want to keep singing and performing throughout
Good.
my
Good.
college career.
I'll be attending Salem State, and I'll be majoring in acting and education.
Perfect.
That's great.
You maybe be the next Judy, or or maybe something like that. Something
I
like
mean,
Judy.
the goal is I would love to pursue acting, but I teach at a preschool right now, and I really love it. So
perfect.
I mean, not worst comes to worst. I mean, I would love to teach theater or to teach early education. So yeah.
Keep your fingers in
Options
both.
open, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Tish, are you sticking around the United States?
Hopefully, yes. I'll get to transfer my visa to an actual 4-year college. Yes. Oh, I'll be going to Smith in Northampton, which is part of the Amherst Consortium, the 5-college consortium, and I hope to pursue a double major in theater and something else. So we'll
Awesome.
see. Yeah.
And Bella?
I will be attending Vassar College in Poughkeepsie, New York, where hopefully what I'm thinking right now is a double major with art history and theater. But like, we'll see what happens. It's college; things will change.
Yeah.
Probably.
And they do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes, Miss Smith.
And I am going to Emerson College. I will be majoring in writing, literature, and publishing, and I'm still deciding on the minors right now, but most likely deaf and hearing studies and sociology. So I'm excited
great.
for that. Yeah. And I'm going to still do theater as a club.
Why not?
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
can study back there.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
All right, here's how we're going to leave it. One quick fond memory of Nauset.
In general or Nauset Theater?
Nauset in general, anything you can think of, whether it's your favorite
So many.
teacher, your favorite moment, your favorite kind of
My
just.
favorite moment is from you, but it's not school appropriate. So.
Oh, please.
Boy.
Okay.
You're telling us after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
you can tell us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can somebody turn the camera off now?
Yeah.
Definitely breaking the clock.
Oh,
Yeah,
Good.
nothing else. If I take one thing away from high school, it's the fact that I managed to break a clock with a basketball.
I think for me, like, was right after we finished Good Kids for Nauset our sophomore year, and we finished the show and Tess sang the last note, and it was silent. And it was completely silent for about like a good couple seconds. Then everyone just like stood up, and it was like full house. There was even places people standing, and it was just like the first time I'd really had a true like life-changing moment on stage, and so that was my favorite moment at Nauset.
It's beautiful. I wish I could come up with a better one, but this is a recent one. We were harassing the vending machine to get out a Pop-Tart for Bella and Riley, and never done. Oh God, I don't think we're allowed to harass the vending machine. But I felt like an ultimate. I don't know. It felt like a really American experience trying to get a Pop-Tart out of a vending machine. I'd never even had a Pop-Tart before.
You're not
so
wrong.
I'm glad we got that out.
I would have shared my Pop-Tart with
no,
you.
I actually got a third one because
Oh,
we
you
had to
did?
keep
Oh,
like
good.
getting extra, and then one would get stuck, and then we'd pay for another one, and the other one would get stuck. So that was fun. Yeah.
Nice. I don't know if I could top the Pop-Tart story, but oh God, there's just so many memories. I think it's just all the friends I've made because I've just met so many wonderful people in the drama department and beyond, and just like spending my lunches with them and just laughing and getting to know them. And especially like eating outside when it's beautiful, when like the cherry trees bloom and like the petals are falling everywhere, so you can throw the petals at your friends.
perfect.
It's just a wonderful. I don't know.
How about
I
you, Kathy?
don't know if I can top that, but I guess both with Dog Sees God and Yellow Boat, when we found out that we were moving on from prelims to semifinals, and like we all jump up and we're all hugging each other, and
Instant tears.
and
my
then
God.
when Yellow Boat, the entire crew got an award, which is
Yeah.
unheard of.
They've never.
Nice.
We've never done that, so we got set, sound, costumes, lighting,
All in one.
Yeah, everything, and they announced it all at once, and it felt like it finally paid off, and like we had done something really good, and so that was very cool.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that was a great show. And guess what? Chicago is next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night,
At
7 o'clock, here at Nauset Regional High School in the auditorium. The dates are the 10th,
11th,
11th, and 12th.
Perfect. There you go.
Yeah, and it's all that.
Jazz.
Jazz.
Thank you.